Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. Here we go. We're going to learn some cinematography. We're going to look at a project that I shot. I think this is the fifth scene that we have looked at from this project. We're going through everything. We're doing locations. We're doing storyboards. We're doing references. We're going to do the final image. What actually moved the needle? What didn't? Hopefully, this helps you, right? Because I'm talking about everything that we did to make it look like this. If you had a question about, hey, I wonder how you make it look like this. Also, this is what I think is the hardest look that you can possibly be asked to get. Interior moonlit, right? Moonlit exterior, okay, that becomes really a budget thing. Moonlit interior done right, ooh, that's tricky, right? If you can do this, you can pretty much do anything. If you like this kind of content, just before we get started, Patreon, link in the description below. Each and every week, I'm putting up different stuff there, either tech scouts or location scouts. We're going through this process all of the time. There's a back catalog of thousands of hours of this stuff. So if you are a cinematographer or you're looking to become a cinematographer, that's not a bad spot, right? It's not beginner basic stuff. I don't talk about that kind of stuff. You can find that information elsewhere. I'm trying to do, the stuff that I'm actually doing and what moves the needle on a daily basis. Okay. Also, if you haven't seen any of the past 4 or 5 videos, I think that we have done on this commercial, check the link in the description below. You can go through the entire series there. I'm not going to go over the background of what the commercial is or anything like that. I will tell you, we shot Mini LF, we shot on the tribes. It's supposed to be dark. It's supposed to be down. It's a moody thing. Let's take a look at our location. Okay, for this spot, I've already told you the location, the time of day, and the key is going to be the most important thing. We have a bedroom. There's going to be a dog, and there's going to be a man. The man is going to be sleeping. He sleeps at nighttime. He doesn't sleep with any practicals on. There is a window in the room, which is just over here. It's an L-shaped window that looks like that. And you can see it here, right? That's a mirror reflecting the window that is over here, okay? It has curtains, those curtains, and it has shears on it already. We don't even have to worry about that. But how are we going to light this thing to make it look like moonlight? Where is the key going to come from? What is the story going to be? And for that information, we go to... Well, should we go to the storyboards? Yeah, let's go to the storyboards first. Okay, so don't pay any attention to this. We've already looked at that in a past video. This is what we're doing today. Wide shot, dude on the bed, not sleeping. Cut 2, puppy at the door. Cut 2, guy rolling over. We actually got rid of this shot because puppy and man together, and the room was too small to fit the man, didn't work. So we've got these 3 shots. Okay, the rollover to check the phone. We've got the wide shot of old mate with no dog. Cut to the corner of the room, so we can see the dog and the mirror, and that's our sequence. Okay, so if you're looking at this, how are we going to light this shot, right? At night, nighttime interior, what we would normally do is like, okay, is there a window back here that we could put curtains and shears on, add a little bit of moonlight level, and then we'll play a prac on. And then this prac like, oh, he fell asleep reading a book or something like that, right? He's an intellectual. And then maybe we'll chase a little bit of moonlight like across the frame or something like that. Is that going to work? And you talk to the director and they go, no, that's not going to work. You go, how come? And they go, because I said so. And you go, you did. Okay, let's not do that. Let's think of a different idea. How come we can't have a prac on? And they say, because he's sleeping. And you go, okay, so I'm the weird one that sleeps with the lights on. I get it. You want to judge me? Do it. So we're not going to do that. We're going to ask for the director, and we're going to ask the director. Actually, we're not even going to ask them. They're going to send us references of the look that they are talking about because they are an experienced professional. And they know that if they give us references, they've set the benchmark. If we do not meet that benchmark, we are dog shit at our job. If we're terrible, they want to know so they don't use us again. Okay, so this is the references that they send through. Moonlight, no pracs, except this one leaking through the door, which I really like. But this really is our references down here. Okay, this one and something like this. Okay, so we're going moonlight, and I will spoiler alert you and save you the trouble of finding out, I don't know, which blue do I like the best? What color temperature do I like the best? I'll tell you, I like to set 3900, and I like this blue color at 43. That's it. No special sauce. Then what you do in the grade, what I like to do, slightly desaturate it, make it a little bit more gray. That's just me. Okay, what do we see here? Like, what is the key? How are they doing it in this reference? This helps when you're looking at the treatment or something like that, and you're seeing the references. And your job is to make it look better than this, or in the same world. What are they doing? Well, they're doing the same trick that you do all the time in nighttime interiors, is that you're lighting up the shear, And then that sheer is just lit up just a tiny bit for camera. And then everything else is happening from above, right? And above, hopefully backlit, so that we get this real heavy sense of darkness to camera. But then there's illumination from the backlight inside the room. So that means inside the room, we have to be able to backlight it. Is there a spot where we can hang something? Is there a spot where we can have the infrastructure? Is the room so small that we're not going to be able to backlight it? These things are a problem. Okay, you can't see it in this location still, but this is a very small room. Like the bed takes up the entire room. There's nothing on that wall or on this wall over here to rig any infrastructure from. And this is where we can say, you know, God or Odin or whoever, bless us with a idea. How are we going to do this? And then somebody smart somewhere one time came up with an LED that also could have a source 4 lens on it. And you say, I am a golden god. I have discovered a way that we can actually light this thing and get ambient inside the room. And it's not going to be super difficult like it used to be back in the 90s. Okay? Let's do it. Okay, so we look at our wide shot. We don't even need the storyboards, right? Because we've already seen them. We got a wide shot of Old Maid sitting in the room. He's laying down. It's bedtime. What are we doing? Well, we're doing exactly what we said we would do in the plan, which is we're going to light the shears. But that shear is not doing anything. Zero, right? We're just lighting it up like that. And notice how the whole shear isn't lit up. Why isn't the whole shear lit up? Because that would just be flat and boring. We make it interesting by making a little bit of difference in there. We've got dark up there. We've got light in here. That's nice. Next step. What is this little slash of hot light here, right? That's just nicking the bed. That's another lamp just here inside the room that is just pushing directly at the bed. And you say, okay, well, where is all this ambient coming from? This ambient is coming from up here. Yay, up here. And if I'm not mistaken, this is, I forget the name of the lamp, but it's like your source 4 LED that gets pushed into the wall up here. And this is the old David Mullen trick, which is you just put like your little white sheet up there and you bounce this source 4 into it. It used to be like a joker with a source 4 attachment to it. Nowadays it's LED. And then that gets you a backlit pool of what I would call, and hopefully, is directionless ambient. Like you can't really tell, where is all this light coming from? Where are these levels coming from? You can't tell. That's the whole point. But it's coming from behind them. And it's just coming out of an imaginary nowhere. Like, oh, your eyes have adjusted. And ta-da, it's blue. So you know it's dark. But what you can't forget in something like this is if you make this whole thing just this ambient wash from above, it doesn't look realistic. You want the harsh. You need to mix in harsh light as well. So it's not just about the color. It's not just about the brightness. It's the quality of the light. So mix in directionless ambient with a little bit of harsh light. It doesn't have to be lots. And that gets you that point of differentiation, which is nice. You can see we really play it up here. So here we've taken what we were doing with the hard light on the corner of the bed. Now we're just pointing it directly at the door. And now here's the dog. He's trying to get out. Ruff, ruff, ruff. And this is printed way down, right? This is printed way down because we have this dog. I would have said we probably shot this, I don't know, at least a half stop over this. And again, shooting at 400 ISO for all the reasons we talked about in the last video to really get a thick negative. And then finally we come here to our rollover. Now this is where we took our little LED backlight that was up here, hitting the wall. You just slide it down this way. So now the light is, again, coming slightly back. And it's super fast to do, right? You've got this lamp. There's only one lamp in the room. We bounce it up into the ceiling. Now we've got this. We set the brightness on his phone to get him here. And again, we've got a little bit of shear in there. We move the bed down. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but in this shot, see how you can see the shear? Because we have, in this one, imagine as he leans over, there's no way you're seeing the shear all the way over here, right? That's because we're trying to separate the bed from the back wall over there. It would be way cooler if we had like a little prac on. You know, you just fell asleep reading, as you do. Like, I don't know. Does that sound crazy? I guess people want to sleep in the dark. But because we didn't have that, like pull the bed away from the wall so it's not flat. Then, when we come around to the reverse, which is what we did here, we like prop the bed up on some apple boxes to get it higher in the frame so we could look down more at the dog. And then we slide it closer to this door so that the two are actually in the same frame. If we left the bed here, as it is originally, like you wouldn't see any of it in this frame. It would be way down here. And we don't want that. You want to mix in some layers. Same thing here. It's like we shuffle the bed along, number one, to fit me and the camera back there, but also to make the background more interesting. It's like you could never tell that we slid the bed down. So we slide the bed down. We use our LED backlight. We've got the curtains and shears lit up with a Titan tube outside, like just one. And then this is from the actual phone itself. And that's how quick and easy it is. You notice also what we did here? Like I was still holding out hope. I put that prac right by the bed. Just like, do we turn it on? Like, do we just see if it's any good? To be fair, I like this look better in the end. So the director was right. Looks way better. Okay, I think that's it. What do you think? Moonlight interior, one of the hardest shots to do. Now you know how to do it, and you too can one day find yourself on YouTube talking to no one in your spare room. Okay, that's going to do it for this one. Many thanks. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.